morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do a garden tour. This will be the first official garden tour of the spring-summer 2022. Let's start here. I have a black hollyhock that's coming up right there. I sowed some chocolate sunflowers, but they didn't come up, so I'll have to re-sow those. In this bed, we have some bush beans and some spinach. That spinach needs to get pulled up and re-sowed. It's going to seed. We still have a few leaves that we can snack on. The beans are starting to grow already. We have a bunch of different varieties. Back here, I have some espresso gladiolus and calla lily that's seen better days. This is the belle of the ball. This dahlia. It's an espresso dahlia. I believe that's the variety. Oh, nope. Black touch. Black touch dahlia. Beautiful. Okay. This poor kaffir lime, we're trying to give it life. I don't know if it's going to make it. In the greenhouse, we have some ginger and our white jade pineapple. These are just some cuttings from one of my Asian pear trees. But all of the seedlings are out of here. This is grass, basically. I thought it was the ginkgo biloba and passion flower because I tried to grow them from seed unsuccessfully. But that's a project for another day. So in front of the shed here, we've got a few new additions. So this is a tomatillo and an Anaheim pepper. Some golden nugget tomatoes that did not fit into the main garden. I planted echinacea in here and marshmallow in there. However, God saw fit that we needed more potatoes. So these are actually potatoes. So I must have forgotten a potato or two. That happened in a few of my grow bags. This is a Kellogg's breakfast tomato, and these are Sunrise Bumble. These are basically overflow from the big garden. We have more dahlias and gladiolus here. More beans, some that need to be picked. That's pretty. Love those. Same thing here, more gladiolus. I planted a, what's that thing called? Hollyhock here too, but it never came up. It was a bulb, so I don't know what happened there. All right. In the herb area, we've got another pineapple sage, some asparagus. Just a few. It just started this year. We'll see what happens. That may not be big enough space, but I just thought I'd try it. In our herb tower, for some reason, every single borage flower bit the dust, and I don't know why. When I planted them in the fall, they thrived. I think this up and down temperature of this spring, and I mean, it's gone from 50 to 100 in the matter of a week. So this weather's been nuts. The hyssop is doing well. The rosemary, it's seen better days. I've got to do some pruning there. This is holy basil, some lime basil, and our sage is doing well. It flowered, actually. It was really beautiful. Arnica is not doing so well. I think I need to re-sow that. Some comfrey that needs to be pruned. The winner of the prolific wars in this bottom row is the feverfew. So I planted feverfew, chamomile, and yarrow next to each other because they all have small little white flowers, and I have never grown any of them, so I wanted to be able to easily distinguish them in out in nature. So I wanted to have them next to each other so I could see the difference. But so far I've gotten tons and tons of feverfew, a little bit of yarrow flowers there, a little bit, few of them. This is another lemon balm. In this planter, I've got some Italian parsley, more pineapple, sage, and a little lemon basil, lavender, dill, lemon thyme, and lemon basil. Lemon basil is one of my favorites. Big, beautiful lemon balm, regular peppermint and chocolate mint, valerian, toothache plant right here, some horehound and St. John's wort back there. This is some skullcap, and of course our carpet of thyme. This is their newest addition to the party, eucalyptus. That's really cool. Okay. Over here on Melon Hill, which is honestly turned into squash land, we've got a variety of different zucchinis and squashes. This one is delicata squash. We've got a Ford Hook zucchini. There's a yellow squash in there. These are just some early Siberian kale that were late to bloom or late to flourish, so I left them. A little bit of lacinato dinosaur kale. These are our bags waiting for their sweet potato slips. They're still growing in the house. Our devotion corn has sprouted. Beautiful. Oh, look. So I planted some pole beans. I've got one that came up already. I just planted them the other day. Okay. This French squash that I refuse to try to pronounce. Pineapple squash, which was one of my favorites. This one is new to me. It's that Rampicante zucchini and a butternut squash. So our tea plants are doing well. I have a video that I shot last year when I went to a tea harvesting and drying class. If you guys are interested in that, I will edit it and put it up for you. Just let me know down in the comments. Okay, so we've got our passion flower. That's going really, really nicely. Can't wait to see those flowers. All sweet watermelon, crimson sweet, sugar baby, Kajari melon, another Kajari melon, cantaloupe that is trying to escape even when I want it to go up the trellis. Yes, I know you want to go down there. Honeydew and a loofah on this side of the shed. There's more Thai basil and ashwagandha. This is a new variety of tomato for me. It's a hybrid, a Querida F1 hybrid, and a couple Anaheim peppers. More tomatillos. I wanted to make sure the tomatillos had more room to breathe this year, so I put them on this side of the yard. And more golden nugget tomatoes. So this was supposed to be some more echinacea, and that was ashwagandha, but as you can see, potatoes. All right, let's go on down the hill. This is our Asian pear tree that I grew from seed. She's so pretty. Her name is Venus. You have to excuse me, my grape arbor is a little messy right now. But look at these Catawba grapes. I mean, can you even? So pretty. And they're everywhere. This plant is a fighter. It's gotten mowed down a few times, and look at it. It's its first year fruiting. It's been here about 3 years, but it's the first year of it fruiting, and it is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Okay, these are some muscadines. We had these last year. So this is that garden area that I cleared out, the new garden area. What I ended up planting, besides weeds, is pineapple sage. I actually planted more borage along the border, but only one of the seeds survived. Several germinated, but I don't know what's going on with the borage this spring. So I've got some more valerian right there, and echinacea right there. Back there, I sowed burdock root seeds and elecampane all the way in the back corner. So we've got some new friends to the yard that need to get planted. This is a blackberry and 2 raspberries, just from Lowe's. Something's going on with this one. I think it just needs to be pruned and put in the ground. Get away. So those guys need to get home. Okay. There's Phoenix, our survivor Asian pear tree. She is wild and luxurious. She has no shape whatsoever, and I love it. Okay. Uh-oh, there's a little mosquito plant right here that fell over. Get up, little buddy. So hibiscus, they usually are a little bit more showy. Today they're being shy. Got some new rose bushes back here, more peach roses. I cleaned this bed out. We're gonna re-sow lettuce. I need to pull those out, re-sow some more. Cut back the sorrel, and it's starting to grow again. And then I've got some space to sow a few other lettuce type items. Another peach rose and hibiscus. So I decided to move all of my potatoes, or most of the potatoes, to this little patch and see if they do better than they did in the main garden last year. So far so good. That one back there is the most spectacular. It's a Kennebec potato, which is local. So I'm excited to see how those taste, or see how they look and taste them. Here, this is an overflow from the peppers, some sweet peppers. So you've got pimentos, banana peppers, and then one that I can't pronounce. I'll put it up on the screen. Here are a few sweet peppers that still don't have a home, but they're also not very big yet. These were the ones that got damaged in the greenhouse when they got overheated, and they managed to survive after some pruning and some feeding, but they're still a little stunted, but we'll keep them as backups. Let's look at the citrus now. Oh, our Meyer lemon that we've had for a few years, it came back after some struggle. It had a tough winter, but it survived. This is the Palestine lime, another Meyer lemon. This was a thornless key lime that I received, that I purchased in the mail, and it died, completely died. All the leaves fell off and the stems went brown. I think there's something in the soil, because the key lime that I had here before also died in a similar fashion. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to dump all of this soil. This is not citrus. I don't know what that is. I think it's a weed. But this is citrus. So I'm just giving it a minute to see what it's going to do. Instead of yanking it out too soon. But just in case, I bought another key lime. This is our kumquat. It's our kumquat. It's doing well. This is our Bear's lime. This is a Eureka lemon. It's not looking the best. I'm not sure about that one. We'll see. And this is a Satsuma with, of course, tons of Thai basil, and now lemon basil have reseeded into this pot because they love this pot and they decide they're going to grow here. And now even in this new pot, it has gotten some Thai basil friends. Thai basil loves my yard. All right, now let's take a look at this beauty. Wow, this is a seedless, Thompson seedless grape. It's finally putting on some fruit. I was afraid that it wouldn't put on fruit because it's not really known to grow here, but it's put on fruit, and it should have been pruned back, but I didn't prune it, so this is what we have. This winter I'll definitely prune them. In the main garden, we've got a 1,000 head kale that volunteered right here. These are some onions. These are spoon tomatoes. I'm excited to see those little cuties. We've got some marigolds that I grew from seed, placed throughout the garden, so you'll see them kind of all over the place. Some onions here. These are some old onions that have gone to seed, so I need to collect those seeds and clean out these 3 pots. That's some lemongrass in the corner. Some potatoes that look like they're starting to die back and they need to get harvested. This is a new barrel of strawberries. I'm a little disappointed. They were bare root strawberries, and there were 20 of them, and only 1 survived. But the good news is it will spread, so that we know for sure. It's another potato that's looks like it's gonna need to be harvested within the next couple of weeks. Now, these are our hot peppers. Got a bunch of different varieties. I think I'll make a separate video on the different pepper varieties that I have this year. And these are indeterminate tomatoes. We only have Dr. Witchy's and Kellogg's Breakfast for our slicers. Sunrise Bumble and Sweetie on the end there for our cherry tomatoes that are in the main garden, that is. More sweet pepper, or these are the sweet peppers. They're doing well. A little run over of sweet peppers. This poppy, I think it's done. I think the heat killed it. But I'm going to show you a picture of what this looked like in full bloom. It was absolutely stunning. So I've put in some Mexican sour gherkins. You can see them trying to go up the little trellis there. And that's what it's for. It's for you guys. Go on. It'll find it. And a zinnia that dropped a seed there from last year. Got some straggler kale on this side. Oregano. In this bed, we've got our red Ursa kale, a little bit of dinosaur kale that I transplanted from another bed. So we'll see if it takes. This one did. I mean, it looks a little rough, but I know that it'll bounce back. It'll be fine. Okay. I was going to plant Chinese amaranth in this bag anyway, but it decided to do it for me. And right on time, cucumber beetles were like, oh, thank you, our favorite. So we have to deal with these little guys because I would like to eat the Chinese amaranth, not have your holy leftovers. Appreciate you. Thanks. Then we've got some shallots growing here. Some celery is tucked in there as well. Okay. Cucumbers. So we got bet alpha cucumbers. China jade cucumbers. Oh, look at this little zinnia. So pretty. And funny enough, I could not figure out what that was for the longest time. And then I realized that the ground cherries that I planted over there somehow got over here. So the ground cherries have decided they're growing right there, along with my zinnias. There's another Mexican sour gherkin. Some ground cherries that I put there on purpose that I obviously don't need, but we'll see. This is an eggplant. Armenian yard-long cucumber and the early fortune cucumber. Okay. Behind them, there are some Amish paste tomatoes. These are little strawberry pots. And these are some beefsteak tomatoes that are struggling for two reasons. One, because I had a lot of plants covering them. So some cilantro, some collards, kale were covering them. And two, because of those grubs. So I did a treatment to the soil once, and I need to retreat. And also I purchased some milky spore. So hopefully over time this soil will get healthier. I think this beefsteak tomato will be okay, but the others we'll see. So wait and see. Some more pineapple sage, bucket of weeds, lemongrass. These are all paste tomatoes. They grew so fast. They look great. Got some onions tucked in the middle there. I don't know if you can see those. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but now I'm doubting that choice. And there's some Chinese cabbage that I need to pull that are also tucked in there. These are some green onions. Some of them are trying to bulb up, which that's cool. Some tarragon that's come back. Mexican tarragon that's come back. Strawberry. My pretty little pot of flowers. So that is everything, you guys. Thank you for joining me today and looking at my beautiful garden. I hope you guys go and have a beautiful day too. Bye-bye, everybody.